He was still on the birth certificate when I held the baby for the first time. That was my first red flag. The hospital bracelet had his last name, not mine. My wife, Elena, looked at me with tears and whispered, "It was a clerical mistake." But her eyes flinched. Just for a second. That second was enough. I didn't say anything. I just handed the baby back and kissed her forehead. That night, I didn't sleep. Elena and I had history. 6 years of marriage. Countless Sunday morning coffees, shared playlists, and quiet late-night laughter. I watched her fight through miscarriages, heartbreak, depression. I stood by her every damn time. When she told me she was finally pregnant through IVF, I cried. I thought God had finally given us a break. Turns out, God had nothing to do with it. Just her ex-husband and a hidden contract. It started with a voicemail, one she never meant for me to hear. Her phone lit up at 2:14 a.m. while she was in the shower. I wasn't snooping, I swear I wasn't. But the name, Aaron, her ex, stopped me cold. I let it play. "You told me the baby was healthy. I'm not paying a dime for a sick kid, Elena. I didn't sign up for this. That's your mess now." I remember staring at the wall for a long time, feeling nothing and everything. The puzzle pieces started clicking in reverse. Why she insisted on a private clinic. Why there was no ultrasound with my name on it. Why she looked like she was always pretending to be happy. I sat in the dark for hours. She came out of the shower humming, wrapped in a towel. I smiled. I kissed her. I even rubbed her feet while she drifted to sleep. But something inside me had already died. I didn't confront her. Not yet. That's not how you punish betrayal. Not when it's this calculated. I became calm, surgical. Every lie she told after that voicemail, I noted, documented. I called the clinic pretending to be her. I found the surrogacy agreement. Aaron's name was all over it. She wasn't the mother. She wasn't the victim. She was the vessel for her ex-husband's child. And when the baby was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder at birth, Aaron backed out. That's when she pivoted. She tried to pass the baby off as mine. I wasn't just betrayed. I was chosen to be the backup plan. I hired a private investigator, had them gather everything, signed papers, hospital records, even text messages she thought were deleted. Then I called my lawyer. Paternity fraud, I said, and attempted custodial manipulation. He whistled. "You sure you want to go scorched earth?" "I want her legally buried." I waited 2 weeks, long enough for her to settle into the lie, long enough for her to believe I had accepted the baby as my own. One morning over breakfast, I slid the folder across the table. She opened it. Her face changed shape slowly, like melting wax. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. I stared at her. No anger, no drama, just silence. Then I said, "You were pregnant with his child. You planned to deceive me. Now you're going to pay for it." Her eyes watered. She reached for my hand. "Please, I made a mistake. He abandoned us. I didn't know what else to do." "You should have died with your shame," I said flatly. "Instead, you tried to sell me a lie." She begged me to adopt the child, said it needed care, said I was the only man kind enough to step up. Kind. That's the word women like her use when they run out of options. I filed the lawsuit the same day. Paternity fraud, emotional distress, financial manipulation. I made sure the petition included her attempt to falsify birth records. I didn't just want to win, I wanted a record. Something permanent, something she couldn't wipe away with tears. In court, she tried the sympathy route, claimed trauma, claimed confusion, claimed love. But truth is louder in paperwork than in sobs. I watched her squirm as the judge read the findings, watched Aaron try to vanish into the back of the courtroom like a shadow with a heartbeat, watched the gallery stare at her like she was something unclean. She lost the case. I didn't ask for damages. I asked for exposure. Public record, black and white. She can't lie her way out of that. When I walked out of the courthouse, she followed me into the parking lot. She was holding the baby. "You're really going to leave her like this?" she asked. "Like he did?" I looked at her, then at the child. The baby had nothing to do with this, and that broke my heart more than anything. But I wasn't responsible for fixing what her lies created. "I didn't abandon her," I said. "You did, the moment you tried to use her." She sobbed as I got into my car. I didn't look back. It's been 11 months. She moved to another city. Last I heard, Erin vanished again. The baby is in state care. Do I regret not stepping in? Sometimes. But then I remember, compassion without boundaries breeds parasites. I wasn't her hero. I was her insurance policy. Now I live alone. Quiet, clean, but I still keep that court ruling framed above my desk. Not because I'm proud, because it reminds me what love turns into when you weaponize it. A gun, and I never miss when I aim.